Hey guys, today's reformer class, we are going to use some light dumbbells. These are 2-pound dumbbells. You can go heavier if you want. If you don't have dumbbells, that's fine. You can do the whole workout without it. We're just adding a little bit more arms to the workout by having the dumbbells. If you're new to the channel, I'm 26 weeks pregnant, so we're going to do some core exercises, but it's not going to be crunches or as much core as I normally like to do. But we're going to start with a foot bar all the way down, and I have on one blue spring, which is one medium spring. If you want to make this more balance or more core, do one white spring, one light spring. So put one dumbbell down on the floor. If you have a dumbbell, again, you don't need one. And we're going to put your hands on the wooden platform. And I'm going to move to the right side, so my left leg is in between the shoulder rests, and my right leg is kind of up against the right shoulder rest. So you're going to push the carriage out, so there's a little tension, so the reformer isn't up against the stopper. And I'm going to take that weight in my right hand. So we're in a quadruped position. Arms are shoulder distance apart, knees are hip distance. Now we're going to reach that left leg back behind you. And you're going to reach that right arm out in front of you. Again, if you don't want to do it with the weights, just take the weights out. And you have that carriage away from the stopper slightly. The knee is underneath the hip. Now we're going to pull that knee and elbow in towards each other, trying to keep that carriage as still as possible. And exhale, reach long in opposition. Exhale, pull in, using those abdominals. And reach long. So it's a lot of stability through the core, trying to keep that carriage still and trying to balance on that hand and knee. Each time you reach out, try to lengthen long with that arm and leg. We're going to do 5 more here. The last one, we're going to press everything all the way out. Hold it out there. Now little pulses up with the arm and leg. For 10, go slow. 9, 8, try to keep that head neutral. 7, 6, 5, core tight. 4, 3, 2, 1. You're going to place the weight down. Both hands are now on the wooden platform. You want that knee and hip to stay in the same alignment. All you're going to do is press those arms out and pull it in. So we're going to make it harder in a second. I just want you to get that motion. So you're only moving at the shoulder joint. The hip is staying still. Two more like this, then we're going to add on. Stabilize through that core. Try to pull evenly with both arms. Try not to let one hip be higher than the other. Now making it a little bit harder. Reach that right arm out in front of you. Now you're just pressing with that left arm, stabilizing through that core, and pull it in slow. So you're using that left lat, shoulder, and left oblique to stabilize. Almost there. Let's do 3 more here. Keep those abs tight. Last one. Come all the way in, place that right arm down. Keep that left leg up if you can. And you're going to do narrow little elbow push-ups. So it doesn't have to be super deep. Little bend and press. You're just leaning that chest forward, trying to lift that left leg a little bit higher. Try to keep those hips square. 4 more. Last one. And relax. Put that left foot up against the shoulder rest and then just push back to a little child's pose. Stretch out the shoulders or lift the hips up to the ceiling, whatever feels good for you. Take a few breaths here. And exhale, come all the way in. We're going to switch over to the other side. So keep that left foot up against the left shoulder rest. We're going to grab that weight and bring it over to the left hand. So make sure that right leg is in line with the shoulder rest, or in between the shoulder rests. You're going to reach that left leg back, or right leg back behind you, left arm in front of you, stabilizing through that core. Exhale, pull those knees in, press the carriage out slightly so you're not up against the stopper. You're using the core for stability. Exhale, pull in, and reach long in opposition. Try to keep that carriage as still as possible. We have 5 more like this. Last one. Reach it all the way out. Hold it there. Little pulses up for 10. Arm and leg lift. 9. Stabilize. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it, and release. Put that weight down, left hand comes down, stabilize through that core. Make sure both hip bones are in the same level. You're just moving those arms back slightly, and then exhale, pull in. You're using those lats. The knee and the hip stay in the same alignment, so you don't want that knee going further back than the hip. We're going to add on in a second. Try to pull evenly with both arms for right now. One more like this. Now reach that left arm out in front of you. Now you're just pressing back slightly with that right arm and pulling it in. So again, you're only moving at that right shoulder joint. The hip and knee stay still. If this gets too challenging, just put that arm back down. Four more. Last one. Come in, place that left hand down. Keep that right leg up if you can. Little mini push-ups. Keep those elbows bent or bend down and lift up. So you're just kind of leaning that chest forward, trying to lift that right leg higher. Four more. Last one. And release. We're going to do a few cat-cows. So knees and hands, shoulder distance apart, hip distance apart. Exhale, scoop up and in through that spine. Try to lengthen through those vertebrae. And then exhale, try to squeeze those shoulder blades together. Scoop up and in through that belly. opening up the chest and shoulders. One more time. Exhale, pull up and in. And then to a flat back, squeeze the shoulder blades together. And come all the way in. I'm going to change my spring to one white spring, which is my lightest spring. It'd be 1/4 of a spring. If you want to keep it, if you don't have a super light spring, you can either take off all the springs so you have no springs. That's going to be the hardest. We're going to do some lunges, but we're going to keep your knee down. So that's why you could do it without a spring. But if you want it a little bit easier, or you need that balance or support, do one blue spring, one medium spring. But like as I said, I'm going to do a white spring, which is a light spring. And then you're going to grab those dumbbells as well, if you have them. If you don't, you can still do that arm motion. If you don't want to do the arms, just do the legs. So my left foot is on the floor. It's going to be in line with the front of the reformer, maybe just like 2 inches back. And you're going to keep your knee down. If you don't like this variation, you can always do normal lunges, lifting the knee up. But I'm going to keep my knee down, which is great for people who don't like lunges or have a hard time balancing. So you're just going to press back into a lunge for now. So my right knee is staying down on the reformer. You're bending that left knee, and we're just going to isometric hold here. So if you have those dumbbells, we're just going to bring those arms out to a T, doing a little lateral raise, and then down. So we're isometrically working this left quad and glute, and then working these shoulders. So only lift those arms as high as shoulder height. We're going to do 5 more here. You should start feeling that glute and quad fire up a little bit. Last one. Bring those arms down by your side. Now, keeping that right knee on the reformer, we're just going to lift up through that left leg, do a bicep curl, press the weights up to the ceiling, and then down. So we're lunging through this left leg, standing up through the left leg, bicep curl, and press. So again, if you want this harder, take off all the springs, or you can lift that right knee up so you're in a full lunge. Whatever variation works for you, this is your workout. Try to get deep in that lunge. You're pressing through that left heel, light on the toes. 5 more like this. Last one. We're going to go back to the lunge and hold it. Now we're going to do little pulses up through this left leg. So you're going to go up 2 inches, down 2 inches. So the carriage is moving. It's kind of helping you pull it in a little bit. Keep breathing. You're moving through this left leg. 5 more here. Last one. Hold it low. Now you're gonna press the carriage back, trying to straighten that left leg slightly and then pull it back. So now the left knee is moving past the heel and then you're pulling it back in line with the heel. So it's a very small motion. You don't have to straighten that left leg all the way. You're kind of using that hamstring and glute to pull it back in. Keep breathing. We have 5 more here, almost there. If you get too tired, just stop. 4. Last 3. 2. And 1. Come all the way in. Whew, I hope you guys felt that glute and hamstring. Just have a seat on the reformer and just take a little stretch. Lean into that left glute. Take a few breaths here. And release. Grab a quick drink of water and we'll be back for that other side. Okay, we are back. So we're gonna grab those dumbbells again. If you have it, come around to the other side. Again, I'm on 1 white spring, 1 light spring, which is my 4th spring. Right foot is on the floor, in line with the base of the reformer, maybe slightly back. Keep that left knee down if you want. You're gonna just lunge it here. Isometric hold through that right leg. We're gonna lean the chest forward, keep those elbows bent. Head is neutral. We're gonna do triceps. So we're gonna kick those arms straight back and bend it in. So isometrically working this right leg and then working the triceps. Make sure you get that full straighten of the elbows. Try to squeeze those triceps at the back. Exhale, press. We have 5 more here. Last one. Now we're going to stand all the way up. Bring those weights up in front of you. Palms are still facing each other. And then go back down to the lunge. Exhale, lifting up through that right leg. Stand up, arms come up, and then lunge it back. The chest is leaning slightly forward as you lunge down. Try to pull that carriage in slow. So if you have no springs on, you have to do all the work with that leg to stand up. Whereby having some springs on, the springs are helping you stand up. You're pressing through that left heel, squeezing that right glute, or sorry, right heel, and squeezing that right glute and hamstring. Five more like this. Last one. We're going to go back down to the lunge. Hold it here. Arms are long by your side. You're just going to do little pulses. So 2 inches up, 2 inches down. You're trying to straighten that right leg slightly and then make it deeper. So a little lift and then a little bend. Keep breathing. Try to focus on this right leg, doing the work. 5 more. Last one. We're going to hold it low. Now we're going to try to straighten that right leg slightly and then pull it back. So that right knee is going past the right heel, and then the knee is coming in line with the heel. Small movement. You're using that hamstring and glute to pull. Almost there. Take a breather if you need, and then come back. We have 5 more. Last one. And come all the way in. Whew. All right, I'm going to come around to the front. Just have a seat on the reformer. And then cross that right leg over the left. Or you can always lay down on your back and do a figure 4 stretch. And just breathe. Try to feel a stretch in that right glute. One more deep breath. And roll on up. Okay, I'm going to put 1 blue spring, 1 medium spring back on the reformer. If you don't have dumbbells, you can do a little bit heavier springs, which is a blue and a white spring, medium and light spring, or a red spring, which is a heavy spring. But I'm going to stick with the blue spring and my dumbbells. And you're going to grab those reformer straps. So you're going to hold those dumbbells with both hands and then hold the straps. So you can do kneeling. If you don't want to kneel, sit back on your heels, sit on your bottom, or grab your box. So arms are straight, abs are tight. You're going to slowly press those hands past the hips and then resist it forward. My palms are facing back for now. Go slow. Keep that core engaged. Try not to have slack in the ropes. Drop the shoulders down the back. If you need to scoot those knees back for more range of motion, you can. We're going to do 5 more here. Keep dropping the shoulders away from the ears. Last one. And release it down. Now I'm going to sit back onto my heels. Slightly lean that chest forward. My elbows are now glued to my side, palms face each other, flat back, eyes are neutral, full extension, triceps. If you want to drop the dumbbells, feel free to do that. Try to get the full straighten of those elbows at the back. So you're squeezing those triceps. Three more here. Last one. And release. Now I'm going to sit down on my bottom. You can sit cross-legged or with those legs out in front of you. We're not going to do too many of these, and you can put the dumbbell down if you need. Palms are still facing each other. Standing up tall, we're going to open those arms out to the side, squeezing the upper back and shoulders. So good for posture. Try not to lean back with the chest. You're just opening those arms out to the side. Again, if this feels too heavy with the dumbbells, then put the dumbbells down. We're not going to be here for very long. We're going to do 5 more. Squeeze at the back, resist it forward. The last one. And release it forward. Just drop the straps down into the well, and we're going to put those dumbbells down. And just bring the foot bar all the way up. We're going to do a little mermaid stretch. So my left shin is up against the shoulder rest. The right knee is bent. The shin is kind of in line with the reformer. Right hand up against the foot bar. You're going to press the carriage all the way out. Bring that left arm up to the ceiling. Just feel a stretch on that left side of the body. And then come all the way back up. Exhale, press out through that right arm. Bring that left arm up and over. Try to lengthen that right arm, reaching towards that wall in front of you. And lift. One more time here, press out. Lift up and over, trying to keep that left sit bone down. And then open that right arm up, open to the ceiling a little bit, open that chest. Come back to center and come all the way in. We're going to rotate around to the other side. So right shin is up against the shoulder rest, bending that left knee. Left hand is up against the foot bar. Reach that right arm out. Press the carriage out. Bring that right arm up and over, stretching through that right side of the body. Lengthening. And then exhale, pull it back in. Press that carriage out. Try to reach that right arm further towards that wall in front of you. And then back to center. One more time. Exhale. Press all the way out, keeping that right sit bone down, reaching long, feeling a stretch to that right side. Now then rotate slightly to the ceiling, opening the chest a little bit. Come back to center and come all the way in. And we are done, guys. This was a short, quick workout. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.